Welcome back to your Food Scientist Podcast. I'm your host, Amy Zajac, and I'm here with Brian Pierce.
Oh, hello, everyone.
And Danny Sussman.
Well, hello, everyone.
And before we get into the episode, just a little bit of business. We have a phone number where you can call in and give your opinions, comments, suggestions, questions, whatever you want to say.
Just say hi.
It might even end up on the podcast.
It might.
To call us, call 402-YUM-FOOD. YUMFOOD, or if you need the digits, it's 402-986-3663.
If you need the digits, let's talk, because that's not that hard.
Brian, if you're the nice one, you're supposed to be nicer to people.
I know, but Danny was mean to me today, so I'm a little crusty.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't mean to you, per se.
Before we get into the meanness, just a rundown of what you can expect. We have, as always, some food experiences and some food news. We tried something called a Switchel. It's a beverage. We have some Japanese, quote-unquote, Pringles or Pringles-style potato chips. And some South American Oreo cookies. Cookies. They're not Oreos. They're sandwich cookies.
So we have Pringle-like food, and we have Oreo-like food.
Yes. So with that, get into our food experiences. I don't know which one of you wants to go first. You both had some interesting
rock,
things.
scissors, paper?
You can go. You're on the agenda first. So
okay, I'm on the agenda. You know what I can do? We can make it like a little sandwich. I can tell one, then you can tell one, then I'll tell another one.
All right, go for it.
And we'll just leave Amy out.
Go for it.
Yeah, I got nothing interesting
you can take Amy's turn.
Okay, I'll take Amy's turn. I was in San Francisco, and I went to Japantown, which the highlight of that trip is going to be later in the podcast. But I had two experiences when I was there. And so the first one I will talk about is I went to a sushi restaurant that delivers their food via bullet train. And so they have like a wall. I will put video of this up because my description won't do it justice. But they have an iPad and you can order, a full menu. I had natto, which...
oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like in the durian class foods.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But they had it on the menu, so I had to have some. But you can order sushi. They had rolls. They actually had like teriyaki plates, all different Japanese foods. But you order it on the iPad above your seat, and then as the kitchen has things prepared, you hear ding dong, and this little electric train comes whizzing along from the kitchen and stops right in front of you
with your food.
It
was so cool.
I showed them the video.
It reminded me of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood of Make Believe, the trolley.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's food, which is better than Make Believe. It's real.
Speaking of which, on my plane to San Francisco, I watched the Mr. Rogers documentary.
Oh, isn't it good?
It's so good. You should watch that. Yeah. Don't waste your time with us. Like, go pause the podcast.
If you
go watch that.
Mr. Rogers,
yeah,
if you
go watch that, and then come back and listen.
Yeah.
So I had that, and then you push a little red button, and then the train just disappears, and it just goes back to the kitchen, and it's...
We need more buttons that you push where food just comes to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would...
you shouldn't have to go to food.
Yeah, food should come to you. Hit a button, food, boom.
I mean, they have servers. So the servers didn't really have a whole lot to do at that place. They brought you your drink, and like the soup they didn't put on the train.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And actually, a couple of people I was with ordered like big teriyaki plates, like teriyaki steak, like a bigger plate, and that was hand delivered. But I intentionally ordered as many small plates as possible. So like they each had like a sushi roll and a bowl of rice, like a sushi roll and a bowl of rice delivered to them. I had like the 2 pieces of natto came in one trip. So since I ordered like just all these individual pieces of sushi, I had that. I had some like yakitori peppers, ordered like a bowl of rice. So I must have had like 7 trips from the train, and they only had like 2, and they were so jealous because like the train just kept coming and dropping stuff off, and I was like, I ordered just to maximize the number of trips I thought the train would make.
Could you imagine a train delivered tiki drink?
I did go to some tiki bars too.
I'm sure you did.
It would spill.
Yeah, of course you did.
But it depends how fast the train goes and how the.
This is a bullet train. This is a bullet train. It was fast.
Wait, Danny, just the answer. No additional facts here. How much did you spend on tiki glasses this trip?
He
has to think about it.
Well, because you have to do math. Because what if it's like
Exactly. You have to do math.
Multiple tiki mugs or glasses.
I went to a couple of different tiki bars, and then what do you do when it's like $40 for the mug, but it includes the drink and the cocktails?
Oh, okay.
Like $15.
I get it. Okay, how about this? How many mugs did you buy?
I want to.
Okay.
All
right.
I'm assuming neither one was $75, or we would have heard about it.
Yeah.
No, neither one of the mugs was $75. I did see one of the bars had the mug I spent $75 on. Like they had that one because many tiki bars will have mugs from other tiki bars. So I was like, oh hey, it feels like home.
Okay.
Right.
So,
well,
food experience one down.
Yes, Brian, you're up.
Yes. Well, I had the opportunity to go to a local event this week called Iron Fork. Friend of the podcast, Winnie, has a business called Chop Room. They do team building type things for, a lot of businesses will go to them for team building via food competitions or cooking challenges. Kind of like the Iron Chef or Chopped. But they were at this event as one of the sponsors. A lot of local food related businesses were there. So a lot of vendors with free samples. So good, so much fun.
Did you hand out any business cards from the podcast?
I wasn't there representing the food scientists.
I don't want excuses.
Well, no, I was not there for us. I was there as a guest of the Chop Room, so I didn't want to infringe on their advertising.
Okay.
But because it's me, I was asked to do a video of me eating something that I didn't like.
It was hilarious.
So that was the only collaboration with the Chop Room and Food Scientist podcast. I did eat oysters, and there's a video that we'll post. It was not good. It did not go well.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Sauce.
Yeah, with...
that's traditional to put on the oysters.
Yeah, with cocktail
it's
sauce.
It's also traditional
lemon.
to torture Brian with.
Yeah,
Yes.
which is a thing now, so...
Brian, your tolerance is going to go up. Keep eating these hot dogs.
I was recognized by one of your friends, Amy, at the booth.
Yes.
I think because of the nasty things that you post on your social media of me.
I don't post nasty things about you.
No, not about me, of me. Like
yes.
the horrible things you do to me.
And Danny.
Usually I take the fall.
Usually Danny. Yeah.
Amy posts it because she's the host, but I typically instigate.
Danny's the torturer.
You know what? We all have our things, and some people like inflicting pain on others.
Yes.
All right. Well, Danny, you had also...
I have another one.
You had some balls.
I had balls. I had Dragon Balls. And I considered not discussing this on the podcast to keep it secret so that I could find a way to make this my state fair concession. Because if you had this at the Minnesota State Fair, your only problem would be counting the money.
Well, it's one of those things that it's made for taking pictures and posting them.
It's so Instagram friendly. It was actually good too. So, and I will post videos. I have video of the whole process of making. I have some pictures.
But yeah, tell us what makes it unique.
Yeah. What is
so
this?
what Dragon Balls are is it's a liquid nitrogen based dessert, and what they do is they take these round cereal puffs. It would be bigger than Kix. Like if you think of like the texture of Kix, but like imagine that they were the size of a quarter, so like big, like that.
Wow.
But they tasted like Fruit Loops, so it would be like Fruit Loop ball, right? Fruit Loop in giant ball form.
I like Fruit Loops.
I do too. I mean, I never really got to enjoy them as a child, but I do. I get it.
We know you did not have sugary cereal.
Right, that's why I just want, in case my parents are listening, just dig the knife.
Twist the knife, yeah.
Just a little bit. So it was these giant Fruit Loop balls, and what they do is they fill a bowl with liquid nitrogen and they toss them in liquid nitrogen, and then they put them in a styrofoam bowl, and then they pour more liquid nitrogen on top of it, so you get just like liquid nitrogen soaked cereal balls. So they taste, like little extra crispy, kind of cold Fruit Loops. But because of like the condensation that liquid nitrogen goes off, when you eat it, the heat from your mouth like evaporates all the liquid nitrogen, and you blow smoke, and you blow it so far.
Like out your mouth, out your nose.
Yeah,
you get it coming from everywhere. I don't want to know what other...
Yep.
Right. I mean, because like if you have your mouth open, it just like, because it all just evaporates.
It should have come out your ears too. That would have been funny.
I don't think that there's like an
wasn't mad
actual
enough.
connection there. Well, I wasn't going to go and test that. So, like, if your mouth is open, it just, like, pours out. But I found, like, if you kept your mouth shut, you could feel it felt like your mouth was inflating. Because the pressure would build because it's going from liquid to gas. Mm-hmm. But then you could exhale out your nose.
Oh, my gosh.
And you got the blasts of, like, what looks like smoke. It's really just condensation.
Right.
Out your nose. It was so... And it was
you have a picture of it coming out your nose. You look like you're snorting like a bull or something.
I think... And there was 3 of us, and we're eating them, and, like, we couldn't stop giggling. Like, people were like... Everyone's grabbing their phones, trying to, like, FaceTime everybody they can find. Like, look at what I'm doing. Watch them. I'm going to eat this thing. Like, FaceTiming their kids, and just like, oh, look at what I'm eating. Like, I'm blowing smoke everywhere. It was ridiculous fun.
I mean, it looked like you were in Denver having a Rocky Mountain High. It made me laugh.
It's just the liquid nitrogen venting everywhere. Mm-hmm. Oh, it was so fun. But I think that you could sell, like, very small portions of that for a lot of money at the state fair, and everyone would buy it just for the experience. It was truly like a food experience. Like, it tasted fine, but the interactive experience of it.
I don't think anyone would talk about just based on, hey, I had this thing, it tasted like...
I had a giant Fruit Loop.
Yeah, it was super cold.
Yeah.
Well, Amy, you had some news.
Yeah, I have some news. In Advent calendar news, because that's apparently my thing now. This one I know a bit more about.
At least this week you don't have to explain to me what they are, because I remember.
People have discovered, and it's made news, that Reese's Peanut Butter Cups and Pieces have made an Advent calendar available on Amazon. And each day you get a little peanut butter cup miniature and some Reese's Pieces. And they said something about exotic flavors in the article I read, but when I looked it up on Amazon, it looked like the normal.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Now, is it just like a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup every day?
Well, peanut butter cup and Reese's Pieces, you get a combination, one a day. Well, and here's the big complaint about it. This
one a day.
Well, no, it's $20, and you get like 20 miniatures and however many few pieces each day. Everyone's like, I can buy a whole bag of peanut butter cups for $5.
How nice is the calendar? Is it just like the typical little...
Well, and here's the other
cheap
thing.
Cardboard?
I mean, Reese's...
Yes, it is cardboard.
Yeah.
Reese's out of late is out Oreoing Oreo. Mm-hmm. You could conceivably have 25 different Reese's products.
Yeah.
We will send... Well, in our social media, so keep an eye on that. I'll have a link to buy it if you want to buy it, and pictures of it. But it's your typical cardboard box Advent calendar where you open the door each day and you have your candy in there. So.
Wow.
It could at least be a full-size peanut butter
There's a word search on the back. There's games on the back.
Oh, well, hey, that's worth $20.
Well, that's where your money is really going.
Word twist.
It's a selling point. It's funny because it says, search through the numbers for day of the week. Back of calendar features fun word search. What I think is hilarious, it had started at like $13 and now it's at $23 or something like that. It started cheaper and now it's...
Well, because they probably don't make that many of them. Yeah, because it's all from other sellers. Like Amazon themselves don't stock it.
Actually, it started at 19. It was close to 20 and now it's 23.
Oh, it's going to keep going up.
But that's just all the extortion buyers. I would bet that if you found a store that was like buying them straight from Hershey's, it would be less.
Well,
exotic flavors of Reese's Pieces, this article says. So I'll post that as well, because I'm not sure why.
Yeah. Well, Danny, you had some disappointing news.
I did.
But before that, I have some other Oreo-like news.
Oh.
Amy, for some reason, we don't talk about a lot of coffee creamers on the podcast.
No.
I'm not sure why.
I don't run into them often. Of course, I'm not the supplier, so...
I have heard this a couple of times now, so I thought I would share this as the news this week. In January... There's going to be 2 new flavors of coffee creamer from Coffee Mate, Snickers and Dove Chocolate. I don't know. I just, my expectations are low. I'm not a huge coffee creamer fan.
Pro tip, coffee creamer is good in hot chocolate as well.
Oh, okay. That might, maybe that would go.
Weird tip. Chocolate flavored coffee creamer in hot chocolate is just going to be super weird.
It'll be chocolate-y-er.
You could put it in water and...
I like putting also chocolate extract in hot chocolate.
Maybe.
Especially the prepackaged hot chocolate where you want chocolate-y-er.
I made some creme de cacao if you really want to kick up your hot chocolate.
Well, yeah, I like putting in other alcoholic items.
That kind of reminds me too. This is not my food news, but to dovetail off of that, obviously we want to get this on the podcast. The Reese's whipped topping is out.
Yeah, and there was recently Reese's coffee creamer as well. So that
the Reese's whipped topping it's whipped cream, but like Reese's peanut butter flavored whipped cream.
I just thought that's gonna be good.
I would put Frangelico and hot chocolate, and then use that whipped cream on top.
I don't think that the world needs peanut butter flavored whipped cream. I would rather have peanut butter or whipped cream.
I have yet to have a Reese's product that tastes like the peanut butter that is good. It's their actual peanut butter that is good, even though it's not real peanut butter. But, that is good. The flavor, it has not been captured anywhere that I have found.
Okay. Great. What else were you disappointed with, Danny?
Well, this is just sad because on November 5th, there was a press release that came out from Pringles announcing that they were going to release this year Thanksgiving dinner in a can. Now, last year, Pringles had 8 special Thanksgiving flavors that were limited edition. And this year, they came back where you could get a box that had 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. And which ones were in there?
And it's turkey in a can, stuffing in a can, and pumpkin pie in a can. And so it would be turkey-flavored Pringles, stuffing-flavored Pringles, and pumpkin pie flavored Pringles.
The first 2 sound good.
So what they did is on the 5th they put out a press release saying that at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time on the 6th, so the next day, they were going on sale.
Election Day.
On their Election Day. After the results are in, the polls are closed late at night. Go to the Kellogg's store online, and you can buy them. And I went because turkey-flavored chips are kind of my thing.
Yep.
I love that you're calling Pringles chips now.
You know what?
You finally come around.
Brian, I have enough rage here. Don't poke the bear. So I'm online, I'm nothing stopping me. I make my account so that I don't have to be bogged down with login.
Yeah.
Their website was nothing but a pile of errors.
Oh, I'm sure everyone.
Tons
of people were
by what would be 12:40. So they went online at 11:50, essentially midnight. They went online. Within 40 minutes, I was able to get some into my cart. But I wasn't able to get, then you go to checkout and it would error.
Oh, that's disappointing.
And so, but then by 11:40, the website had nothing but, these are completely sold out. So they sent out a press release for something they didn't even have enough to maintain an hour's worth of sales on. Well, and they did that in the middle of the night.
Was there a limit as to how many you could add?
Yes, you could have 2.
Okay. Because there were people out there who... I'm sure if you find them now, you can find them somewhere, but $100.
Yeah, they probably coordinated all their friends and family to get the 2.
Right, and I know that because I initially, I initially had put 3 in the cart because there's 3 of us on the podcast, and I thought that would be cute for us each to have our own. I said, or we might have if we have one for a set for ourselves, and then maybe a couple to give away to listeners, that would be nice. There's a lot of things we could do. Mm-hmm. But I did not get any.
Yeah. Well, that's too bad because next week is Thanksgiving, and that would have been perfect for that episode. But I don't think any of them are good.
I would love to try them. I can kind of see stuffing maybe having potential.
Maybe.
I mean, Brian, let's be real. I've always said the same thing about meat-flavored potato chips. I don't have them because I think they're going to be good. I have them because I think they're going to be fascinating. And those 3 would be...
Remember the 7-layer dip ones, though?
Yeah.
Those were good.
Yeah,
they're all fast. Like I said, the turkey ones, we've had chicken. We've had chicken-flavored chips.
Yeah, and they weren't good.
No, but it would be fascinating to see how Pringles does it.
If I were going to pick 3 things from a traditional Thanksgiving dinner, it would be turkey, stuffing, and pumpkin pie, but I don't...
To make into chips?
No. Just to eat. But for chips, no.
I would, I don't think that's what I would have done.
Yeah, what would you, if you have to pick?
I would have done. I mean, you have to do the turkey.
Are you talking about chips or just Thanksgiving?
I don't do Thanksgiving, so chips.
I would make green bean casserole flavored chips.
Thanksgiving flavored chips.
But I feel like the turkey probably tastes like gravy too. In my mind, that's what they probably did.
Yeah, but I would still do. I would do the turkey ones.
Yes.
I would do mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yes.
And then I would do cranberry sauce.
Cranberry.
See, I was going to do green bean casserole.
Ugh.
Because it would be weird.
You're weird.
Yeah. I love green bean casserole.
Anyway, we had a listener send us something again.
Listener Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Thank you, Bill.
Switchel. I don't even know how to describe it.
Which is an old school beverage.
Which is back. I had never heard of it.
The Hobby Farmer in St. Paul.
But what kind of beverage is it, Amy? It is a cider.
They call it an apple cider vinegar thirst quencher. It was, one of those drink it for your health kind of things. Cider,
so like a
vinegar is good for you. Mm-hmm. People often say drink a teaspoon of vinegar a day. But then flavored, they all have a base of ginger and honey. Mm-hmm. And then we have 3 additional flavors. So ginger and honey and cinnamon, ginger, honey, and turmeric, ginger and honey and cayenne. And so we tried them all.
Yeah.
He got them all for us. He got the carbonated version. There's a non-carbonated version.
Oh, okay. That would be interesting either way. I think that the carbonated is probably better because even though it does taste like apple cider, it also still tastes like vinegar. Yeah, so I think the carbonation helped.
It's a strong vinegar taste. Yeah. When I had the turmeric one, I mostly tasted vinegar.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's interesting is, like, today, you often find, like, kombucha makers make it, but according to Wikipedia, it came from the Caribbean. But it was a very popular summer drink in the American colonies in the late 17th century.
Oh, really?
Switchel?
Switchel, yeah. In the 19th century, it became a traditional drink to serve to thirsty farmers during the hay harvest.
Yeah, which is all about the farming.
Yeah, hence the nickname Haymaker's Punch.
All right.
I'm just looking at the order of ingredients here, and carbonated water first, but then honey, then the organic apple cider vinegar, organic ginger, and then whatever it says, because then it's just like natural flavors, so whatever the rest of the turmeric, cayenne, or cinnamon
It's often also used as a mixer and a base for cocktails.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can definitely see that. These were interesting. I never had anything like this before with the apple cider vinegar, carbonated, all that.
I didn't find... I mean, you could definitely taste the vinegar in all of them, but I found the vinegar taste the strongest in the turmeric.
Yes.
Not as much in the cinnamon and the cayenne. And the cinnamon really is a big waft of cinnamon when you smell it.
Mm-hmm. But it didn't kill you.
No, well, we don't know.
That's true.
Well, wait, is she a zombie right now?
I only took a sip. I do love the taste of cinnamon, but I only took a sip.
Yeah, the cinnamon wasn't overpowering, though. It wasn't a super strong...
But it kind of mellowed the vinegar flavor.
Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of, like, ginger beer.
Okay.
And this is... If you like ginger beer, you will love Switchel.
And I didn't find the ginger overpowering either. You can definitely taste the ginger, but it's not like...
The cayenne was interesting because the taste was not super strong. You could taste like it had a kick. I thought it had a kick. It was fine, but I had trouble getting to it. It took me a few tries because it was stinging my eyes. Like it was... Yeah.
I didn't have that problem, but I did a quick taste and then passed it on. We shared.
We didn't drink the whole bottles of
this. No, this was the closest I've come to really enjoying spice, though.
That's good.
Yeah,
well, that's something.
I think that having the beverage,
the honey helps balance the heat.
Yeah. So it's like, this almost when Amy says, that feels nice, I almost understood what you were talking about when you're like, the spice, I like that.
Yeah, just a little warming sensation, not pain.
Should we use that as a segue?
Yeah, because we did have pain. Which is why
somebody had pain.
That's why I was mad at Danny earlier. I've forgiven you by now.
Are you really? I would just go back to the meatloaf rule of 2 out of 3 ain't bad, and that will make sense more in a moment.
Yeah, I would do anything for this podcast, but I won't do that but I won't do that
unless it's on video camera.
Unless it's on do anything.
I
was referred to as a Oreo this week because I'll do anything for video.
Brian, you ate a raw oyster with hot sauce on it.
I mean,
I couldn't. I maybe was the one that started that.
Realistically.
You also ate random peppers.
Yeah.
Realistically, you don't get into this line of work if you don't like attention at some level.
Yeah.
So, but Danny, you brought
Not
us...
that we get paid to make this a line of work.
We get paid in views
Switchel.
and downloads and Switchel. Yeah.
And recognition and...
And Japanese Kit Kats.
And Kit Kats, yeah.
And other snacks.
All right, but we did have the Japanese Pringles. Let's talk about...
Pringle-type chips.
Let's talk about the one that didn't kill me.
Yeah, because I always say these are actually not Pringle brand. There are Pringles brand
Chipstar
Pringles in Japan. And I almost bought some of those, but I thought the flavors weren't as interesting.
Yeah, and you didn't tell us. There is a video of this. You didn't tell us what they were. I don't know if I would have guessed what this flavor was. It's just butter.
Butter, yeah.
And like a sweet butter.
Yeah, it's sweeter than you would think.
It's almost like the honey butter from the...
From Korea, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it does coat your mouth like eating just butter does. And remember,
Brian knows
yes,
what
I know
yeah.
what eating
Brian is
butter
a professional butter eater. And I say professional butter eater because you've gotten paid.
Yeah, not as much as I was promised, but I did get paid.
This is why you got allowed... This is why he really doesn't go to the state fair, because he'd eat all the butter sculptures.
Ooh.
You know, if I could ever get you to Texas or the State Fair of Texas,
that's not gonna happen.
We could have the deep fried butter.
No, I don't think I'd...
Oh, you would
deep
like
fried
that.
foods don't always...
Brian, the deep fried butter, because the butter is melted and it's surrounded by sweet cake.
No.
It's more like a donut.
Imagine a warm donut, but instead of it being filled with like mediocre custard, it's filled with butter.
I mean, deep fried
melted
stuff
butter.
Usually isn't that good though. Like the deep fried Snickers.
No.
Deep fried Twinkies, deep fried.
That's because they're ruining a food that's in the middle. This isn't ruining a food. This is just like a donut. You like donuts? That's a deep fried.
Butter's
food.
a big component in baked goods, so it's really
it's really just like fried dough with melted butter in the middle, which means it's just fried dough with butter sauce. Yeah.
I mean, it just sounds like a deep fried heart attack.
Well.
Anyway, these were butter.
Because these aren't deep fried at all.
Chips, and I liked them. I did like them, even though
I scared them because he didn't know what they were going to be.
Well, and we had
the
these
second. Tell us.
Danny individually handed these to us.
Yes. So I had two flavors. Let's talk about the other flavor.
Yeah, the other one, it's a green package.
It's a bourbon is the brand.
Yeah, so...
Which is very deceiving.
And those were wasabi.
Now, we have had wasabi-flavored snacks here.
Oreos and Kit Kats.
We've had wasabi Oreos. We've had wasabi Kit Kats.
I feel like maybe something else too, maybe not. But, those were not spicy. These were spicy.
Well, this is a punch of wasabi. Put that at Mellows.
So, not knowing what this was, I kind of thought maybe it might be something, that was like wasabi, but I wasn't expecting spice. And you will see in the video, I actually screamed.
He does.
We all, kind of jumped out of our chairs.
He woke the studio cat. But I was surprised. My initial thought when I looked at the canister was it was wasabi, but when I looked at the chip, it looks more herby. It doesn't look like wasabi.
Well, because it's not. The thing is it's not like just a powder. There's green stuff in the chip itself.
Well, and I was worried by the picture because even though that's wasabi, if you just kind of take a quick glance, it kind of looks like a grasshopper. I didn't.
Or a bug. It did look like a caterpillar or something.
Yeah.
Praying mantis.
Yeah, I will say that, and you can see the video. All of our
wasabi
eyes,
chirps.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of our eyes were watering.
No, I had one chip. My nose was running. My sinuses were draining.
Yeah, this is probably the single hottest chip we've had.
It's a punch of wasabi.
Yeah.
A hot wasabi. Not like the Oreo was a punch of wasabi without the heat.
That was just straight up flavor of wasabi.
And the Kit Kat was like a sweet with wasabi undertones.
The Kit Kat was actually good.
It was like cream and
I mean, wasabi. It wouldn't be my first choice of Kit Kat.
What would be your first choice of Kit Kat?
Probably just the regular Japanese chocolate one.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. These were just awful. Just awful. But I did discover maybe I would have better sinuses if I ate more spicy food.
Yeah.
So maybe I need to give them a shot.
I'm thinking Brian's heat tolerance is going to go up because of this podcast.
I will say, and so then I said 2 out of 3 ain't bad. On the video too, I also gave them guava flavored hard candy, but they couldn't tell from the packaging because it was in another language.
And it looks very similar to the durian candy.
And they did regular. So if you want to see on video what I did to them, I was actually nice because we started out with the wasabi, and then we moved to the butter, And then we had some guava candies. But every one of them brings like this feeling of trepidation.
Yes.
Which was reinforced on the first one. And then the second one was like, oh, this isn't bad.
I mean, I'm like the lab rat that wants a treat, but I think I'm going to get electrocuted.
Yeah, you kind of like, or you're conditioned to expect terrible. Mm-hmm. But 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah.
Well, and like last week, everything we ate we liked. So this week we had to bring it back to some of it we'll like, some of it we won't.
The base level.
The balance. But that brings us, we did have things we liked. These South American Oreo type.
Yeah, what country did these come from, Danny?
You know, I was in... This was from my cruise a few weeks ago. I want to say maybe I bought these in Aruba, or...
But do we know where they originated from?
You know, if you look at the packaging, I want to say that they maybe are from Colombia or Venezuela.
The language does not help because it has every language on there, but some of them have... It's not Spanish... It's maybe Portuguese, so maybe Brazil.
Yeah, Brian understands Spanish, so
I know, it's funny. There were so many languages on here. I started reading it in foreign languages, and then I'm like, why can't I read this anymore? Oh, they changed languages on me. So, yeah, anyway.
Actually, you know what? This one, the ones...
The chocolate cookie.
The chocolate ones that look just like a regular Oreo, those say they're actually made in Portugal.
Those actually have the crimping around the edges of the cookie
Well,
part.
let's talk about these.
I will say that all of these, I believe these are actually Portuguese, but I got them in the South Caribbean.
They're all very similar, so that would make sense.
The chocolate one looks most like the Oreo.
Yeah, this is called a Millennium.
Yeah. Even with the crimping around the edges, where the other two have the golden cookie, but they don't look like the Oreo cookie.
But the fake Oreo here, it smells like an Oreo. Which, I mean, they're trying to do that, but
the chocolate smells a little different.
Yeah.
Right. I'll say too, these all come
There's something in the chocolate.
These all come from a brand called Viera.
And I'm going to bite into it again.
IRA. And so we had a couple from their Principale line, which is a strawberry cheesecake and a caramel dulce de leche. And then the other one is just a straight up Oreo. Mm-hmm.
The Oreo, there's something that was just a little off on it if I'm comparing it to an Oreo. And I think part of it is the texture of the cookie is different.
There's something in the chocolate part. There's not
as much texture on it.
I would say
it's not
this.
The same texture as an Oreo.
You say off. I just said different.
I think it's
because
more...
what I really wanted was...
It's more dark cocoa-y flavor.
Like, it's not better or worse in my opinion.
No,
it's just,
it's
comparing
different.
It to an Oreo.
That's why I wanted a regular Oreo nearby to compare the two.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Now we're eating them again.
Yeah, there's definitely something about the texture of these. But it made me realize with an Oreo, so much of the experience is in the texture of the cookie. Imagine if you had an Oreo that had just a chocolate cookie, like no ridges on it around the edges, an Oreo, like that would be a weird thing.
Yeah, and right, because the true flavor of the golden ones, they don't have the ridges, they're smooth, and you definitely noticed it. Mm-hmm. And that was weird. Now,
something else about these other ones, definitely not trying to be Oreos. You couldn't easily twist them apart.
The cheesecake one comes apart easier. The caramel one will not.
Easier, but it's still not like any of the Oreos. Like, you really had to twist.
Is that they have two fillings. They had
the cream.
The cheesecake had a strawberry center and like the cheesecake outside, and the caramel one had a caramel center.
Yes.
And the dulce de leche, which is probably very similar to the cheesecake, outer cream.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about that dulce de leche one. Because that caramel is hard.
It's very sticky, too.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you couldn't... I tried to twist it, it broke apart because that caramel is like a clump. It wasn't bad, it just was very hard.
It's a very thin layer, but it is...
dense.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to try any of these frozen?
Sure.
I have them frozen.
He does.
Keep talking.
He's going to go get them from the freezer. Brian and I are going to keep chewing, and I'm going to ramble about what we're doing so it's not dead air.
So the thing that really did make these interesting is you do have the creaminess on the outside and the hard caramel, but then the texture of the cookie, you lose that too. So I just thought it was very interesting. Do we know which one is which here? Danny brought us back the frozen cookies.
I think that's the caramel.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Here's the caramel.
I'm worried that these are going to be hard as a rock now.
It's better.
It is easier to chew.
It just snaps.
Yeah, it's almost like it made the whole thing as hard as the caramel, so that it's more one texture.
And
looks like crisper.
It broke cleanly, like when you took a bite.
Yes, it did. So I made a mess on the floor before trying to eat these Ducle de Leche ones.
Would you like some strawberry cheesecake? Or
I would love some.
Mm-hmm.
Close, Amy, one for you.
So the strawberry cheesecake ones, I don't really taste cheesecake at all. I taste strawberry, and there's definitely the strawberry
gel.
Gel, yeah, like not jelly, gel.
In the non-frozen ones, it smells more like cheesecake.
Yeah, I actually taste the strawberry gel more in this frozen version.
So we hope that you all have been listening to previous episodes and you've been trying your Oreos frozen as well, because it can make a different experience all around. So whatever kind of cookie you're trying, that's why we're trying these frozen and regular here for you.
No, I do wish that Oreo would try this approach to frosting of having, because even when they do more than one flavor inside,
it's just color.
It's always cream.
Yeah, the texture is never different.
No.
Yeah.
They add bits of stuff like
popping candy.
I'm distributing the
or the
Oreo one.
What did the kettle corn Oreos have in them?
The soy nuts.
Yeah,
the ruiners.
I don't know what Danny's looking for.
I'm deciding which water is mine.
I don't have a water, so that's yours.
Because after all of these Oreos in your face, you need to drink.
Yeah, so if you want to try
really processing the Oreo one.
If you want to try these, we could not find these on Amazon.
Oh, wow, I do like those.
So good luck. It is, again, it's Vieira, Vieira. So good luck if you want to find those cookies if you search.
This tastes more like a regular Oreo now.
The regular Oreo frozen is pretty good.
Yeah. So I think that's our
show.
That's a wrap,
folks. Find us on social media to see all these videos we talked about. They will be released throughout the week. Find us on social media anyway. We like followers and interactions.
And 402 Yum Food.
402 Yum Food.
Talk to you later.
Have a great week, everyone.